Hey guys, Avdros here and welcome back. I've been away for like, what is it, a week now, and I have an excuse for it. I have gotten a job, which is in a different city, so I work on a shift pattern which takes 4 days and then I have 4 days off. It's 10-hour shifts, so I don't have much time when I come back home. I pretty much eat, watch a stream or something for half an hour and then I go to sleep. And it doesn't really give me much of a time to make videos, and I'm usually pretty tired, so yeah, you know how it works. I will still try to upload videos regularly, it's just that I got caught off guard of how much time it actually takes. I thought I would be fine to come back and make a video anyway, but well, my bad. I work as a phone technician, if you're interested. It's in the UK, so if you're ever in the UK and you send your phone for repairs from Carphone Warehouse or whatever, it's probably me fixing it. So yeah, you know where to go where it still doesn't work. What have I been doing in the meantime? I have prepared a script for my Warhammer lore video, which should be amazing. I hope so. And I have played Dawn of War. It's a free week or weekend or whatever, and I have played Dawn of War for ages, but unfortunately the multiplayer community died down. So now, because of the free week, there has been a lot of players coming in again, or new players, so I have been able to find really quick matchmaking games. I've played some standard multiplayer, victory point games, and Last Stand, and I had much more fun playing Last Stand, because you'll see in this video, it's really about the cooperation, and it's much quicker than a standard game, so you don't have to really worry about economy and build up and all that stuff. It's all about being smart and utilizing your gear and leveling up and all that cool stuff. I'm only level 9 because it's Dawn of War 2 Retribution, and I've played the same mode on the previous Dawn of War 2 with Dawn of War Chaos Rising, and it has been a little bit different. It has different, I think, databases, so it wiped my character out to 0 and I had to level up again. And it takes a little bit because, you know, every game you have to go through every wave, and early waves are really boring because they have no chance of killing you, but you still have to go through them to gain the XP and get the later waves. There's also a new map that has been added, which is Korn's whatever map, that I'll also be trying out. I'll probably record a video on it and give you some more details. But basically the way it works, you have, I think it's up to 20 waves, and the waves up until wave 15 are kind of okay-ish. And then the wave 15 is pretty much the clones of your characters who can wreck you. And wave 16 starts with, I think it's either orcs with Kilakans, or what was it, Tyranids with Carnifexes. Anyway, it gets really hard. And on the wave 20 you've got all the bosses from the previous segments, so it gets even better. It's a really fun game to play. I would definitely recommend trying it out. I would say it's best if you play with your friends, because it's much funnier, you know, you can help each other, you can try to survive, and you talk on TeamSpeak or something, which makes it way better, because the people I played with didn't have any microphones. They were not bad, they were okay. They played Tau Commander, which I never tried before, but from what I see, they die really fast. You basically have to rely on your teammates being good enough. Mobility is very important, because as you can see, I have a jump pack, and both Tau Commanders have jetpacks as well. And the way it works, you can jump around for, I think it's 15 energy cost. You can see energy cost below my health bars, the purple bar on my character. And you can jump around and knock people away. And basically the way it works, if 2 of your companions die, you have to make sure you revive them, because you can revive them, only you can do it. So you have to jump around, kiting the opponents until you have the opportunity to revive them, and then jump away and survive. So it requires some thinking. It's not very difficult, it's not the most exciting until later waves come in. But I still think it's really good fun, because Just playing a normal game. Whenever you get a closer moment, you would get your heart racing, you know? And it's not that you get it all the time. In here, the later waves, it's really exciting all the time, especially on the later levels, because the more gear you have, the further you go, and it's that feeling of achievement, you know, because the further you go, you can see that on the left top, I get the points. So the further you go, the more points you get, the more you level up, the easier it is to get gear. So every time you reach a new top, you're really excited and you really want to get your new gear on and get on another level and another level and another level, and that's the way it goes. And the later gears are really amazing, like Space Marine can call in a Dreadnought, which does shitloads of damage. I think... what else is there? Carnifex pretty much becomes unkillable. I don't think it's called Carnifex, I think it's a Tyrant or whatever. Never mind. Yeah, I think it's a Hive Tyrant. The Lord Commander, so the Imperial Guard, also calls in powerful units. He can call in like an entire squad of Kasrkins and a turret that shoots for him. There is a lot of strategies to play as well. I'm not particularly good at it. I got into the latest wave. I've never beaten it. I almost did, but I never actually did. I have to... Actually, what I'm gonna be doing right after this video is playing more Dawn of War to get more gear to get to the final wave, so I can record that. But the final wave is really sick. There's a lot of strategies for it as well. You've got different races. You've got everything that's in the game. You've got Eldar, Chaos, Space Marines, Imperial Guard, Tau, Orcs. Is that everything? I think it's everything. If I forgot something, they're still there. And they all have their unique abilities. Eldar can teleport you around, can call down a Psychic Storm to kill everything. Orcs have mines, teleports, and all that funny stuff. Basically, it's really fun. You can see in this in here, the Tau Commander has the Shield Drone, who gives you, I think it's decreased damage from range attacks going in. I'm playing the Space Marine, I'm playing the melee. I think he's actually one of the most versatile units, because I'm playing a melee with a jump pack now. But I can also get, I think what I'm trying to get is a plasma cannon. Because when you get a plasma cannon and you have some melee in your team, then you pretty much wreck everything out of the heavier units, and the melee pick up all the trash so they don't disrupt you shooting. So that requires cooperation, but it's actually really good. What else? What else can I say about this game? The waves are always the same, so you can prepare the strategy. There's a lot of guides, there's a lot of abuses as well, like you can get out of the map and just shoot into the map. I'm not sure if they fixed it, but it's not a big thing, you don't have to do it. People who do it are seen as assholes, so whatever. There is also a lot of... it's kind of an... can I say RPG-ish? Yeah, it's RPG-ish. You can... as you get a different gear, you have certain gear slots. So you have different armors, for example. Like, I can get an armor that... when enemies hit me, I have a chance to knock them back, as you can probably see in the video in certain moments. And at the same time, there is armor who makes you not being able to get knocked back. There is armor who gives you more regen. There is armor that gives you more health. And depending on what your character is expected to do, you give him a different gear. And you also have different abilities. Like, I have a shockwave, but there's also different abilities. I don't remember what they were. I think there's like a heal ability and whatever. You have different commander items that give you auras. Like, I have the one that gives you increased health regen. And it's a concept that has been used before, but in a Dawn of War game, if you're a Warhammer fan, it's really good fun. And since the game is on sale, it's like something funny, like £3, which is like what, 4 or 5 euro, or even cheaper. You can get it, and it's like no brainer, because when you start at level 1, you usually get matched up with people who are also level 1, so it doesn't matter that you don't get to the later waves, because you still get a lot of XP because you're a low level. Or you can get lucky and get matched up with like level 10, who will carry you much higher, and you'll get your level ups much faster. And you can think it gets monotone, but it really doesn't. since every time you play, you pretty much have different composition, different characters, and it's really cool to see how they interact. I've never played with Tau Commander, who was higher level, and I didn't know what to expect from them, but they do immense amounts of damage. Like, you can see now, I'm just jumping around trying to keep him alive while almost dying myself. It's really hard to survive. And since I'm so tough, I can get away with taking some firepower to revive these guys, so they can dish out tons of damage. If one of them tried to revive the other one, I don't think they would have made it, because you'll see how much firepower this Elder Wave has. But once I revive them, they will be able to take over the game. They're both dead, so the game ends when you all die, and you don't want to all die. And it's also important to note that this game is made on the same engine as Companion of Heroes is. So there's green cover and yellow cover and no cover. I'm not sure if there's red cover, I don't think there is. But you have to utilize it, because it's really important that everybody dishes out damage and doesn't die. When you die, you lose the survivor multiplier, so you get less points effectively, and all you want to do is survive and do damage, survive and do damage. And every wave, certain waves are harder for certain characters. As you can see, this wave is really hard for us because they're very squishy, and I'm melee. So they have those shuriken cannon platforms who suppress you and deal tons of damage. And if I want to get in to kill them, they also have warp spiders who keep shooting me, just taking my entire health. So I end up jumping around, trying to group them up, so I do AoE. Jumping around and do AoE, and they try to do exactly the same. See, they both died again. So I have to pretty much go around the entire map, pull all the enemies with me, revive them, and try to get in again. I'm watching it now. I actually made a mistake, because I should have went all the way in the circle and then jump over the enemy to make more distance, but I felt that I'm tanky enough to revive them and get away with it. We will both jump away and then we'll come back and revive them as well. Yeah, pretty much there's not much more to it. It's a very simplistic game. There's two maps, there's this one and there's a new one. The other map has the waves I've never seen. They're really different, but there must be fun. I think they're a little bit more difficult though, because I haven't made it as far as I did in here. Maybe it's because I don't know what to expect. And another important part is, like, you can see me capping these points. The points give you multiplier bonuses, so every time you kill a unit you get 3 times as much points if you have one of the points, and if you have 2 of the points you get, I think, 6 times as much points. So as many points. So it's important you keep them. The enemies try to decap them, so you have to make sure they're capped at all times, but as you can see it's not always possible to keep them because you don't want to just take damage while you cap. What else? I'm not sure what else I could tell you about it. It's really not that much to talk about. It's more of just have fun with friends, you know, it's very casual. You don't have to... People don't really care if you're bad at it, unless you're an absolute idiot, which not many people are. But basically it's like plug and play. You just click last stand, you select your character, you paint your character the colors you like. If you know Warhammer lore, you can pick your faction. If you don't, you just paint whatever you like, and you get into the game. And as far as you get, the better. Obviously there is the aspect that once you get to the higher gear, people would expect you to do certain things to know your class. But since progression is slow enough, I think you get 1 level per game until like level 7. And then you get 1 or 2 depending on 1 or half of a level depending on how well you do. So once you're on the higher gear levels, people would expect you to know what to do, but you know, nothing crazy really. It's not complicated as well. Like, as long as you have basic logic, you have 2 abilities that you have to know what they do, and after you play, I don't know, 10 games, you'll know what each wave is doing, so you'll know what to expect and what to dodge. So there is not that much. There is a voice chat in-game, but I forgot what button it is to use it, so you can talk to your allies. You can also type to your allies. They usually respond, not with the microphone, but they always respond in chat. So if you tell them there is a plan, like, oh, we want to hide in this corner and try to withstand the wave, they'll usually go for it, or they will even tell you what they want to do, so that's always nice. And there is this weird camaraderie that if one of you dies, the two other guys will make sure you'll get revived, because, you know, it's not necessarily because they like you, but it's definitely because they need you. You need all the firepower and all the survivability that's possible. So if one of you goes down, they will make sure that one of the guys will drag them away and the other guy will revive. Elder have the nice option of just standing on top of your cars and teleporting you out. And as you can see, this wave 14 is almost dead. And the next wave is gonna be wave 15, which is the clones of the players coming into play. And it's... I find it extremely difficult. And you will see why. Oh, actually it's wave 15. Oh, it's gonna be wave 16, so don't listen to me. Wave 15 is actually not that bad. They have... do they have rocket launchers? They have rocket launchers, yes. Rocket launchers are doing immense amounts of damage, but they're useless at melee. So it's very... you can see it's very important to have a melee class, because they will throw those rocket barrages that will knock you down. And they will do a lot of damage. But if you have someone who's melee, you'll just jump into them, knock them out, and kill them. And they won't be able to do much, because short range, all they can do is throw grenades. It's either them or the... whatever, other guys. But melee, they're not really a threat, as long as you're playing smart. So, yeah, you can pretty much, I think, get to the final wave and win with every single comp. But having a balanced composition is important. The one thing that I don't like is you can really set preferences on who you look for, so when you start the search, it places you with two other random players that are searching at the time. That's the matchmaking. But it's not too bad because you can just cancel search, or the games are fast enough anyway. It's like, what is it, 10 to 15 minutes? Depending on how fast your clear is. And, you know, it's always fun to try out. You always try out new stuff. You cannot be said in, like, there's no meta. You just, oh, I want to try, let's say, a Farseer, so Elder character. You can go melee, even though she's not the best melee character, and you can try to, you know, use your shields and stuff to just fight. Or you can be more supportive, so you cast spells and shields and teleport around to help your people. And everything really works out. It's not like, you know, anyone is gonna bust your nuts about it. It's not a big thing. Yeah, so you can see, I died, I think, was it the first time? No, it wasn't, I think it was the second time. Got revived, and now we've got the wave 16. The most difficult wave. I decided to kill the suits first because they're the most squishy, but yeah, it didn't kind of work out, we got owned. I don't know why. It seems like they dealt much more damage than us, but I think I just fucked up. I jumped in way too early. I should have waited. Just, you know, waited for my health to regen. So that was bad, but the game was fun. I hope you'll try it and you'll like it. It's not really a spectator sport, but whatever. I hope you try it and enjoy.